Perched regally atop an old termite nest, bathed in the cool breath of early morning, stands one of the forest's most enchanting and bizarre inhabitants, the adult male great Argus. He is a creature of striking contradictions. A pheasant, yes, but unlike any ordinary woodland bird. His elongated neck and slim body seem almost delicate, yet his plumage is an extravagant masterpiece that beggars belief. Stretching from his sides are immense secondary wing feathers, patterned with hundreds of shimmering eye spots like countless tiny suns trapped beneath a silky veneer. Each feather is subtly colored in earthy browns and grays, a living tapestry that echoes the dappled shadows of the forest floor. Now, with the forest still heavy with dew and the last notes of the gibbon's dawn call fading into silence, the great Argus lifts his head. A clear, resonant call breaks the hush, a haunting double note echoing through the understory, rolling out across vines and moss-laden trunks. This is not just a song, it is a proclamation, an audacious declaration of his presence to any females drifting through the hidden galleries of green. Watch as he calls again, his voice vibrating through his slender frame. Then he shifts, talons gripping the sun-hardened mound of the termite nest. Slowly, deliberately, he begins to unfurl his monumental wings. Each motion is a dance of patience and grace, until those vast panels of decorated feathers spread wide, transforming him into a living, breathing fan of celestial eyes. For minutes he holds this pose, occasionally turning to better catch the faint shafts of morning light that pierce the canopy. When the sun strikes true, the ocelli, the famed eye spots, ignite in subtle hues of bronze and gold, as if the bird carries an entire galaxy upon his wings. This spectacle is more than mere vanity. It is an ancient ritual woven into the very bloodline of the great Argus. Such displays are essential, carefully honed through millennia of selective pressures, each feather's perfect symmetry a testament to genetic health and vigor. To the hidden hens of the forest, watching from the shadows, this is a promise of strong offspring, of survival secured through splendid beauty. Yet life here offers no guarantees. Even as he performs his breathtaking ritual atop the mound, the forest holds its breath in watchful silence. A sunbeam shifts, the call of a hornbill echoes far above. Somewhere nearby, a clouded leopard slips through ferns on silent paws. The great Argus must balance allure with vigilance. For in this realm, grandeur also draws the eyes of predators, and so he stands, magnificent and vulnerable all at once, in this fleeting intersection of sunlight, mist, and timeless instinct. As the morning matures and the calls of other birds swell into a chorus, the great Argus folds his living tapestry once more. He steps down lightly from the termite nest, disappearing into the labyrinth of roots and shadows, leaving behind only the faint echo of his haunting song and the memory of beauty that exists precisely because it dances forever on the edge of danger. In the verdant heart of the rainforest, where the morning sun spills molten gold across a tapestry of leaves, a spectacle of beauty and endurance unfolds, one that has graced these forests for countless millennia. Here, amid towering dipterocarps and the symphony of cicadas, lives a creature whose very existence seems to defy nature's drab palette. This is the domain of the green peafowl, a cousin of the more familiar Indian peacock, yet wilder, more elusive, and steeped in the primal rhythms of the jungle. The male, with his long, iridescent train trailing like a living waterfall of emeralds and sapphires, begins his day under the watchful gaze of hidden predators. Every step is measured, every movement deliberate, for in this dense realm, danger lurks behind every moss-covered trunk. Yet he is driven by forces older than the trees themselves, for it is the breeding season, and nature compels him to display, to dazzle, to dance. He selects his stage carefully, a patch of sunlit forest floor where his colors will burn brightest. With a shiver that begins at his core, he fans out his magnificent train. Hundreds of shimmering eye spots erupt in a breathtaking display, each one catching stray beams of light and scattering them into dazzling rainbows. Slowly, deliberately, he begins his dance. He quivers his feathers so they produce a rustling sound, a low, vibrating whisper that seems to stroke the very air. To us, it is almost imperceptible, but to the keen ears of a female watching from the shadows, it is irresistible. She is less adorned, cloaked in mottled browns and greens that help her vanish into the forest floor. But her plainness belies the power she wields. For in this ritual, she alone decides whose genes will endure. She watches the male with an inscrutable eye. The slightest tilt of her head sends his heart racing. His dance grows more fervent, more intricate. He pivots, turns, and trembles, each feather catching the sun like a tiny shard of stained glass. A troop of monkeys crashes through the canopy overhead, momentarily breaking the spell. The female flinches, alert for signs of larger predators. The dance pauses, then resumes, more cautiously. This delicate ballet continues day after day. The male fasts, rarely eating, consumed by the imperative to perform. It is a test not only of beauty, but of stamina and resilience. Only the healthiest can sustain such rigorous displays. After days of scrutiny, she steps closer, inspecting the intricate tapestry of eye spots. Each feather is a badge of survival, evidence that the male has evaded countless hunters and resisted disease. Satisfied at last, she accepts him. Their coupling is brief, almost businesslike. But in this fleeting union lies the promise of the next generation, chicks who, if they survive, will someday dance this same age-old dance beneath the towering trees. As twilight descends, the male folds his weary train and slips back into the underbrush. Fireflies ignite around him, tiny lanterns heralding the night. Somewhere nearby, another male begins his display, and so the timeless competition continues. In this lush cathedral of life, beauty is not a luxury. It is a weapon, a promise, and a legacy. And so, as long as these rainforests stand, the dance of the peacock will go on, a living jewel in nature's endless crown. Look closely into the dappled leaves. Perched upon a slender branch, half hidden by shadows, sits a bird whose sleek black plumage seems to drink in the light itself. At first glance, it appears almost modest, until it turns and reveals its extravagant tail. Two long filamentous shafts, ending in flaring spatula-shaped rackets, trail behind it like delicate pendants. These bizarre appendages flutter and dance with every breath of wind. Giving the Drongo an almost otherworldly grace. And then it speaks. The air fills with a dizzying array of whistles, warbles, metallic clicks, and alarm cries. This is no ordinary bird call. The greater racket-tailed Drongo is a master of mimicry, capable of imitating dozens of other species, from the harsh rasp of a hornbill to the shrill alarm of a squirrel. But why? In this unforgiving world, deception is often the key to survival. The rainforest is a place of scarcity disguised as abundance. Food is scattered, elusive, and often high in the canopy. Many birds join mixed flocks to improve their odds. More eyes to spot danger, more beaks to uncover insects. The Drongo follows these flocks, not as a mere participant, but as a cunning opportunist. When it sees a prize, perhaps a fat caterpillar uncovered by a trusting babbler, it lets loose a perfect imitation of a hawk's scream. Panic erupts. Birds flee in all directions, dropping their hard-won meals. The Drongo swoops in, snatching the spoils. The Drongo's glossy plumage, shimmering with hues of midnight blue and violet, is not merely for show. It is an armor of intimidation, signaling health and strength to rivals and mates alike. During the breeding season, males perform elaborate displays, chasing intruders through the trees with flamboyant dives that show off their long tail rackets. In these moments, the forest seems to pulse with a special energy, the ancient promise of life renewed. But danger is never far. The rainforest is a labyrinth of predators. From stealthy snakes to clever civets, countless eyes watch for a moment's weakness. The Drongo's sharp intelligence serves it well here. It gives alarm calls not just to deceive, but also to genuinely warn its neighbors, creating alliances that sometimes pay dividends in mutual protection. In this realm of towering giants and creeping shadows, survival demands far more than strength. It demands wit, audacity, and an unerring sense of timing. The greater racket-tailed Drongo, with its voice of 100 creatures, its deceptive mind, and its exquisite, improbable tale, embodies the very spirit of the rainforest. Beautiful, cunning, and endlessly surprising. And as long as these ancient forests stand, the Drongo's playful calls will continue to echo among the emerald halls, a testament to the power of adaptation, intelligence, and the fragile wonder of life on Earth. The scaly-breasted partridge moves with quiet confidence. Barely larger than a man's handspan, this bird's plumage is a masterpiece of subtlety. A warm chestnut crown, delicately barred flanks, and most striking of all, a breast covered in fine scale-like patterns. Soft grays edged in black, each feather outlined as if by the brush of a miniature artist. The rainforest floor is a living banquet, but only for those who know where to look. The partridge is a true connoisseur of this hidden feast. With short, sturdy legs and a slightly down-curved bill, it expertly scratches and probes through damp leaf litter, seeking tiny beetles, ants, termites, and larvae. Watch now as it tilts its head, listening for the faintest tremor beneath the surface. In an instant, it flicks away a clump of decaying leaves to seize a fat centipede, swallowing it with practiced ease. Each movement is swift, purposeful, honed by countless generations surviving in this intricate web of life. As dawn breaks and shafts of light pierce the canopy, a new wonder begins. The rainforest comes alive with sound. Amid the rising chorus, a series of melodious whistling notes floats through the undergrowth, clear, flute-like phrases that echo softly among the buttress roots and fern fronds. This is the song of the scaly-breasted partridge. Unlike many ground birds that keep silent to avoid predators, this partridge sings with startling beauty, weaving long liquid trills that rise and fall like gentle sighs of the forest itself. These calls serve many purposes: to proclaim territory, to keep contact with a mate, or to reassure scattered family members hidden in the dim underbrush. But the rainforest is not a stage for beauty alone. It is also a realm of constant vigilance. Predators, from stealthy snakes to hungry civets, prowl the undergrowth. The partridge's plumage, though beautiful, is also an armor of deception, breaking up its outline against the patchwork of fallen leaves and dappled light. When alarmed, it freezes instantly. If danger draws nearer, it bursts away with a sudden whir of wings, vanishing into the tangled ferns before a predator can strike. When the time comes to breed, the female selects a hidden hollow, scarcely more than a shallow scrape, lined with soft leaves and rootlets. Here she lays a clutch of delicate eggs, which she guards with quiet ferocity. Even the male becomes more secretive, softening his calls to gentle contact notes that barely rise above the rustle of insects. In a few weeks, tiny downy chicks emerge. Perfect miniatures, already adept at darting through the undergrowth and snatching small insects. From the moment they hatch, life demands alertness and skill. Their very survival rests on mastering the ancient art of the forest floor. As day draws to a close, the partridges retreat deeper into the safety of tangled thickets. The forest grows hushed, save for the distant hum of cicadas and the occasional haunting call of an owl. Somewhere in the dusk, the soft whistle of a partridge drifts once more across the leaves, a delicate reminder that even in this vast, mysterious world, the smallest voices hold profound beauty.